What I'll also tell you is that Agent Mulder has developed a consuming devotion to an unassigned project outside the Bureau mainstream. Are you familiar with the so-called X-Files?
Welcome everybody to the Dark Talk Files. I am your host Dan, and I'm here with my FBI bro Paul. How you doing, Paul?
Hi Dan, I'm fine thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling very young at heart today.
So am I. I don't actually like the name of this episode though. I think it should have been called Blink, just because of Blink. Yeah, because a moment in the episode where they interview a character and they're like, "How do you know?" And he says, "I saw him blink." And I thought, Blink would have been a good episode name. Yeah.
And they could have had him murder 182 people, and they could have called it Blink 182. Yeah, I also don't like the name of this episode because I've caught myself, I watched it last night, and I found myself singing that song. Do you know that song that goes, young at heart? A fucking terrible piece of music. It's one of the worst songs of all time. And it's just been stuck in my head like for 3-4 days now. God,
it's an awful song.
It is. It's the biggest piece of shit ever recorded. So, young at heart, what did you remember this one?
No, I didn't actually. I think mainly because of the next episode being part of the Mythar. This is one I was skipped over, so yeah, didn't really remember it at all, to be honest. It might as well have been a first watch for me.
Oh, right, okay. There's bits and pieces of it I remember, but I could be confusing it with other things. So I could, like the almost super soldier program they've got going on a bit later in the episode, but maybe I'm confusing that with one of the dozens of other times that the X-Files had a super soldier program. You know, even the Eves episode was pretty similar.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a prelude to what we will see later on as like a main part of the story.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. This kind of is a stealth myth arc episode, I think. Do you agree? Or?
As soon as you see Deep Throat, which had to be a fine thing, as soon as you see him, yeah, that joke's gonna get old fast.
What, gonna get old?
as soon as he comes into play, it's like, right, this is a myth arc episode, but it's not like it is, but it isn't.
Yeah. I'd say it's less of a myth arc episode than Conduit, but I'm still going to consider this a myth arc episode adjacent to.
Yeah. Shadowy, like, no, not shadow, because shadow was kind of behind.
Yeah, well, you saw who was in the final scene, didn't you?
Yeah. Deep Throat, wasn't it?
No. Well, we'll talk about that when we get there.
We'll get to it.
Okay. So, cold open at a prison where apparently the prisoners are just allowed to wander around freely at night by themselves. Like, this dude is like, the prison's like shut down. This dude isn't even locked in his cell. He's like, wheeling himself around. This is Crandall, who wheels himself into an operating room where this mad Dr. Frankenstein type dude is operating on a prisoner who we will come to know as Barnett. The doc yells at Crandall that Barnett is dead, but we, the audience, see that he's actually alive and staring blankly with those white cataract eyes. Fucking dead creepy this was.
Very creepy, yeah. And he does give him a blink though as well.
He does, yeah.
Like a quick little blink.
That's how Crandall...
I was just about to agree with you. Just creepy as shit, you know? Those kind of eyes are creepy anyway. And just the way he's staring at him. And yeah, it's good. I like it.
I found this to be a genuinely scary episode in places. Like, very tense. Yeah, so Mulder and Scully are at a robbery at a jewellery store. So that pre-credits was in 1989. The episode is in current day. So this is, 5 years later, roughly?
Yeah.
So there's been a robbery at a jewellery store, and Mulder thinks that it's the work of Barnett, who is the man that he put away in his first case. Barnett was a notorious bank and jewellery store robber, and he, according to official records, he died in prison. And he's the guy from the beginning. But this crime, a note has been left which says, "Fox can't guard the chicken coop," which is something that Barnett had left Mulder in the past, I think.
Yeah, he had been leaving him notes, handwritten notes in the past.
Yeah, he was Mulder's first case, and Mulder came up with some brilliant hypothesis which led to Barnett's... They tracked down Barnett, didn't they? But there was an incident when they were arresting Barnett because he held his accomplice, who was the security truck driver, hostage. Mulder got the drop on him, but Mulder, being quite young and wet behind the ears, was too afraid to pull the trigger because he didn't want to kill anyone. And Barnett went on to shoot his accomplice. An FBI agent was killed in the gunfight.
Yeah, but he was obeying his rules as well. He didn't want to break protocol he wasn't allowed to take a shot at him with the hostage being so close. And plus, if you look at the footage as well, where Mulder is standing, so let's say that's Mulder, that's Barnett, and then the other side of them are like 10 FBI agents. If he shot, it might have gone straight through him, and they were on the other side, weren't they? So realistically, he probably wouldn't. He could have snuck up behind him and given popped him in the back of the head or something, which would have been sick. But he did not. One thing to mention: Mulder is wearing this in this episode in the footage, but he was also wearing it in the last episode. It's a new Mulder costume. It's the aviator style bomber jacket with the big fleecy Leon Kennedy style.
Yeah, I saw that.
FBI on the back.
It's got FBI in big printed on. It looks like it's been masking tape to the back of the jacket. That is sick. I would love one of them.
That's what I thought. Even with the FBI on the back, I immediately wanted this jacket. But I remember that when I was watching it, he's wearing it in this, and I thought, shit, we didn't mention it last time. So there it is. That's that. I'd love action figures of just collectibles of just different Mulder costumes. This one would be a perfect addition.
Yeah. So we've said this. So we've had you get normal standard suit Mulder. We've had leather jacket Mulder from the episode where he goes in the woods. We had tuxedo Mulder from Fire. Now we've got leather aviator jacket Mulder.
And we got Ninja Mulder from what episode was it? It was the last Myth Arc episode where he hides under the truck and he's got the stealth.
Yeah. He's got that turtleneck and the leather jacket on.
Oh, is that the leather jacket on?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. Stealth suit Mulder. There we go.
Stealth suit, solid snake Mulder.
Also, Dan, before we move on.
Yeah.
We got a new addition to Bullet Club.
Do we?
Yes, in the footage that is being shown to Scully.
Okay.
Once he does shoot the hostage and the FBI agent, Mulder takes him down with 3 shots.
Oh, I missed that. I know he has a shot in real time a bit later on. So, okay.
Or is it 2? I think it's 2, actually. My bad. I think it's 2. So that equals it. Makes it 7-3 to Scully at this point in the episode.
At this point.
Bullet Club.
We'll revisit that later in the episode. Yeah. So Mulder takes the note to a handwriting expert to confirm if it has come from Barnett, which she does. And all I was thinking when I was watching this handwriting expert, she's just trying to bang him. She's just constantly flirting with him, and he's just not interested.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So he says something about something being 10 minutes, and she's like, I need more than 10 minutes, Mulder. And he's just like, can you do your fucking job and stop sexually harassing me, please? But she is keen. She's as slick as an otter down there, isn't she?
Slick as an otter. Is that from Game of Thrones? Slick as a seal.
Slick as a seal. Yeah, slick as a seal.
Yeah. So he's all business this episode from Mulder. There's no dry humour, no jokes. He is just on a mission to get Barnett. It's just he's carrying a lot of guilt about what happened, even though it's not his fault.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Mulder goes to watch a baseball game where the agent that was killed's son is playing. Very tortured artist here from Mulder.
They're playing in a swamp or something. It was there was no grass. It was just pure fucking mud. It was
waste ground. Yeah. Mulder gets back to his car. He finds another note which says a hunted fox eventually dies, and there are some candid photos of Mulder and Scully that were taken when they were outside the most recent robbery. And these photos look like they belong in GQ. They're so expertly done.
They are fabulous. I was going to say this, if he should find him for any reason, it is to get this guy to take his photos, because these are sublime headshots.
They are, aren't they?
They're really.
You pay a fortune for these. I do like the fact that they're actually production stills that they've just printed just to use in the episode.
Yeah. Fucking hell. At this point as well, Mulder also pulls in "I Know What You Did Last Summer," where after he discovers the note, he shouts. I can't remember exactly what he says, but it's proper. Just, what are you waiting for? Huh? And I was just like.
With the arms out and the spinning camera around him. Come on!
Come on!
I think, is it implied that Barnett is watching him from the baseball game? Barnett's in the audience. He's the guy with the trapper hat on, right?
On the stands, there are 3 people. There's a man and a woman sitting next to each other, and one guy in the zone, which the camera kind of focuses on a little bit. So for me, I was this guy is. There's a reason they're focusing on him. And then it shows his eye turn around slightly after, because the other two people turn around when he's like, "You son of a bitch!" And if you just heard that in the street, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" So like they turn around and have a look, but then the guy the suspicious guy just turns around slightly, and you just see a bit of his face.
I thought it was really cool as well because Mulder walks right past him, and the camera, he's really distinctive looking, and I thought, oh, it's going to be him. But then Mulder walks off to his car, and you don't see the guy. You just see him like he doesn't even look at Mulder. And I thought, oh, he's just an extra, the really like striking looking extra. And then when he did turn, I was like, it is him.
They used him enough in the shot just for us to sort of be suspicious. I think.
Yeah,
it was really good. It was really good framing.
Yeah. So Mulder meets his old boss Reggie, who dresses him down and tells him how brilliant he could have been if he was a normal agent. But Mulder, you're too goddamn busy being spooky. You could have had the world, Mulder. Yeah, which is something that we've heard. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, we've heard this from like many people that Mulder is like he could have been like the golden child of the FBI, but he's that's not how he works, is it?
No.
But yeah, I love this guy. I think he's so funny. He's just a great character.
Yeah, he's great. Yes.
Yeah.
Reggie's like, damn it, Mulder, you know I hate it when you do that.
So Mulder has a flashback to the day in court when Barnett was finally convicted, and Mulder uncharacteristically loses his cool in the witness box, and he just rants at Barnett saying, "You deserve to die." And the guy who plays Barnett, older Barnett now, is such a creep. He's fucking weird looking, and he's such a smug arsehole. And he's just like, he looks at Mulder and he's like, "I'm gonna get you." And I was thinking, like, God, Brad Dourif could have done this. It's just that kind of performance. It's so good.
Yeah. Horrible guy. Horrible.
Yeah,
and then in this scene as well, you know that it's set in the past and Mulder's a bit younger because he's got a bit more of a fringe. He hasn't quite developed that pompadour flick over kind of hairstyle.
He's a bit younger because he's wearing his baseball cap backwards and he's got a skateboard over his shoulder. Yeah, so we go back to real time, and Mulder and Scully travel to the prison to go and visit Crandall, Barnett's cellmate from the cold open. He tells him that he believes that Barnett is still alive, and he tells him about the mad doctor who was performing the experiments on him, Dr. Ridley. So they try to track down Dr. Ridley, but before they do, Barnett calls Mulder to toy with him and put the frighteners on him, and this is the younger Barnett. So basically Barnett he's been experimented on by this doctor, and he's had his age reversed, so he's a lot younger now.
Yeah. So, however, though, in this first phone call, you can see that he's a bit older. I think it's the other actor doing it, but in the later phone call, you can clearly see that he's a lot younger. And also, while we're on it, in the other phone call later on, there's such a weird like shadow on his face that I think it'd be a good still shot to it's just like he's got like a triangle of light on his left eye, and it just looks so like misproportionate. It's just very strange. Angle, but I love it. It's really good. Yeah,
I thought both performances. So the younger dude playing Barnett as well, he was so good as well. I thought, I'm going back to Beyond the Sea as well, but I thought if Brad Dourif's partner in Beyond the Sea, because he didn't get a lot to do in that, apart from the opening scene where he kidnapped the couple, if they'd have given this sort of role to Brad Dourif's partner on Beyond the Sea, that would have just shot that episode right up for me. I thought great performance from both guys playing Barnett here. Just creepy as shit. Excellent. So to prove he is who he says he is, the de-aged Barnett breaks into Reggie's house and strangles him to death using one hand while he's on the phone with Mulder. Mulder's screaming down the phone, Reggie! And he goes on for about 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, like, obviously something's happened. Hang up and call 911.
Call yourself. You know how in like films and TV and whatever they always show people being strangled, and it usually takes like 10 seconds for them to like croak.
Yeah,
and it's obviously it's very unrealistic because nobody really wants to see like a 15-minute scene of someone getting strangled until they're brain damaged and then eventually dead or anything. But this strangling takes 6 seconds. I counted it. He goes from being normal functioning human to being strangled in 6 seconds. He's dead. Like that is a strong grip, and it does explain later that obviously he hasn't got a normal hand. He's got a fucking lobster. But
I didn't remember that. I didn't remember that bit at all. I was like, I just thought he was just a younger dude who'd come back, and then they're like, yeah, he's got the arm of a salamander. It's like, what the fuck?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like, we'll get to it in a bit. But when the doctor later on explains that he's got a salamander arm, like Scully is just like, unbelievable. Like, she's just like deadpan staring at him like, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that's Reggie dead.
Oh, rip Reggie.
I know, yeah. I could have done with him as a recurring character. I quite liked him.
Yeah, I was like a friend of Mulder as well. We don't see many of them, as we said before, but yeah, I wish he could have come back.
And even the part where he's dressing Mulder down, he's not doing it like heartlessly and not with any malice in his heart. He's like saying, Fox, you could have been, if you'd have focused, we could have done some really good work, but instead you're twatting around with UFOs.
Twatting around.
They check out who Dr. Ridley is, and they find that he wasn't a registered doctor. He had lost his medical license for experimenting on children who have a condition where they age faster than normal and die. Mulder, like, this is just music to Mulder's ears. He eats all this up instantly, and he knows somehow Ridley has managed to de-age Barnett, and that is how Barnett has been able to get so close to Mulder without them realising. He's got this sixth sense. He just knows instantly what the plot is. Halfway through any episode, he's like, bam, this is it.
Yeah. He's like a savant, though, isn't he? He's just, he can just connect the dots. This is why, so like I was thinking about it, when Reggie was like, you could have been this, you could have been that, but without that extra interest in it, he doesn't, I don't think he would have those abilities, because he's so fucking focused and fixated and interested that he can just connect these dots like that nobody else could because of his brain and the way it works with this kind of stuff. That's what I think, anyway.
No, I completely agree. I think he needs that UFO stuff to just keep his mind working in the way it does. And anything he does, like any normal FBI work that he does on the side, is like, just because his mind works so well.
It's understimulating for him, right? I'm not like saying that I'm an intelligent Mulder type person, but I get understimulated sometimes. So yesterday I was on like trading for something and it was so boring. I knew everything already, and the rest of the day I just became this annoying child, and I was just and I had to tell myself like many times, like, just stop being annoying to people. And it's because I was like so understimulated for such a long time that when what am I even talking about? I get it, yeah. Like, certain things are understimulating and then they make the rest of your brain not work properly.
So we get this great scene now that I love. Very, very tense. So Barnett breaks into Scully's house while she's typing up her notes, and we get this shot of this webbed hand reach for the doorknob, and it opens the door slowly and sneaks in. And we don't know that his hand's all fucked up at this point, so I was like, what the hell is that? Gillian Anderson's performance here is so good. She notices something's wrong, looks up, stops, looks back at the computer screen to carry on. Here's another creak, looks up again, takes her glasses off, slowly goes for a gun, and I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh no, Scully!
I was kind of laughing at this bit because it was doing her inner monologue as she's typing, and then she stops because she hears the noise, and then she turns back around and the monologue starts again. I was just like, that was just funny to me. That was like, I didn't need to do that. Did you notice like the music during this part?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Fucking something from The Omen.
Yeah, it was just like, it was really fucking well made, well produced, really good music. Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
This whole thing, it was like something from a Giallo film, I thought, because you've got shots of Barnett lurking in the shadows. You can see Scully, and it's like the camera's right on her face. The doorknob being turned and like him walking out. I thought, fucking hell, this is really good. Love this bit.
Yeah. We've seen it a few times, that classic shot of her. She's on her computer and she's sitting in front of the window with the blinds, and you can just see the shadows of the blinds across her face with just like her eyes in the light and stuff. I fucking love it. It's so good.
I know. Yeah. There's a knock on Scully's door, and it is Dr. Ridley, which causes Barnett to sneak off into the night to kill another day. And Mulder and Scully question Ridley, he has the same fucked up white eyes as Barnett. This dude looks weird. He's just such a weird looking dude.
This dude is being added to my list of sweaty men with glasses who I'm scared of. So I made a collage and sent it to you a couple of years ago. So it is, let me just get some, I can't remember all their names. Let me get their names. Right, so I think the original fear came from Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And then, do you remember the film Beethoven?
Yeah.
Do you remember the evil vet guy who tries to put him down and pretends that he bit him?
I'm just Googling
Type in a Beethoven movie bad guy. Type that
I got
in.
Beethoven evil. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Fucking creepy. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bad guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I knew he was coming into this. The melted
glasses.
dude.
Yeah, fucking creepy. And do you remember Stellan Skarsgård in Ronin?
No.
So he's not like quite up there, but he is definitely one of them, just because of the sweaty glasses kind of look. But I'm sure there's one more. So maybe if I make a little collage, you can put it on our blue sky and show
You
everyone.
can definitely add that dude to it, yeah. Where would Michael Douglas in Falling Down fall into this? He's not quite in it, is he?
I don't know, maybe if he's like the anti-hero of that film, isn't he? So maybe if I wasn't like trying to... I did support his character in that film.
Hey,
like,
he kills Nazis, so...
He does, yeah. He's non-discriminant about who he kills, isn't he? He just doesn't really care. Well, no, he does have like an ethical code, but yeah. Yeah, I never really thought about him being in it, to be honest. But there is one more who I can't think of right now.
Yeah, so back to Dr. Ridley. He is, like we said, he's a creepy-looking dude. So Ridley doesn't have long to live as he has a terminal disease because he's used his own treatment on himself and it's been pretty much unsuccessful. The only persons who ever respond positively to the treatment was Barnett, and everybody else Ridley tried it on died. When Ridley had his license taken off him, he was financed by the US government, but now Barnett somehow stole all his research. Did they ever explain how Barnett now has all Ridley's paperwork and files? I don't think they do. It's just a bit of a plot point, isn't it?
No. Maybe he just made copies or...
Like I said, Barnett is the only person this process has ever worked on, and everything except his eyes has basically been rejuvenated. But also, this mad bit as well, like, the process has just given Barnett the ability to regrow his hand like the fucking lizard from Spider-Man. It's just like... And like I said before, Scully's one-word reaction to this fucking mad story is unbelievable. She's just like, oh, God. Mulder goes to meet with Deep Throat, who admits that Barnett has all of Ridley's research and he's using it to bargain with the government for a pardon and money.
Yes.
So Scully, she notices that her answer phone messages have been listened to and she takes a machine to the FBI lab and Barnett's prints are found on it. So they realise that Barnett has been in Scully's flat. So they use this information to lay a trap for Barnett at... Now, is this Scully's sister's cello recital? Have I got that right?
I don't know. I don't
because
remember.
somebody leaves a message for Scully saying, "Oh, it's time for the cello recital. We'll see you there." And then that means Barnett knows where Scully's going to be, and that's where they lay the trap for her. But I was like, "Isn't it Scully's sister?" I sort of missed who it was. So,
well, do you know why you missed? You missed it, don't you? Because Scully was in a towel. That's clearly the reason why.
Yeah, maybe it's that.
Without being pervy, we're not perv.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, so we get the climax of the episode, which brings us to this Carnegie Hall looking place, and as the audience are getting ready to be seated, young Barnett wanders through the lobby, and he spots Scully, and he just blasts her like she's Tupac. Right down. Barnett holds the cellist at gunpoint like he did the previous hostage many years ago. And I was like, is this Scully's sister? But they don't mention it, so I think maybe it's not.
I know, she was wearing like a posh ball gown type thing, but she was tuning up and practicing as he was fixing the piano, so maybe she was just like just a roadie.
A roadie.
You know, like, I don't think the talent would be on the stage practicing.
No,
at that point,
you're right.
You know?
You're right.
Otherwise, in a minute, Mulder would shout, "Put Scully's sister down."
Barnett is holding this poor roadie hostage, who may or may not be Scully's sister. Mulder's got him at gunpoint, but Mulder can't quite... Barnett boasts that Mulder can't shoot him because, A, he didn't last time, and B, the government want the research, which, if Barnett dies, they'll never find it. But Barnett has underestimated how much Mulder doesn't give a single fuck about the government, and he just takes him out with a single shot. Bang!
Yeah. And that is another addition to
Bullet Club.
So what's the score?
That takes us to Scully at 7 and Mulder at 4. And this also brings us to Murder Club. And that takes us to 1-1. Scully 1, Mulder 1. 2 murders each. Oh, no, wait. No, technically, this is Mulder's second murder. Because he didn't kill him last time, though, did he? He couldn't have done because he went to prison. Motherfuck. No. This brings us to 1-1. Murder Club. Murder Club.
They're not murders, dude. They're like they're shootings. Killings, not murders.
It's already established that it's called Murder Club now, so Murder Club.
Okay. Yeah, and to the surprise of literally no one, Scully survives being shot because she was wearing a bulletproof vest. Of course she was. Yeah, so this is what I was on about earlier. So in the hospital operating room, we see doctors scrambling to save Barnett, while a tall, suited man stands over his body, questioning him at the same time. So Mulder points out this dude as being CIA and says, he's probably trying to track down the information. Did you not see who this was?
No, I was more like laughing at his hands because it looked like he was doing like weird magic or something. Oh, I was going to compare it to a scene in one of the later episodes of season 3 of Twin Peaks, but I can't because I don't want to spoil it for you. But like he's like leaning over, and I thought he was doing like this with his hands, like wiggling his fingers.
He looks like he's doing like the capiche thing, like capiche, you live, capiche.
I'm walking here.
Did you not see? You didn't see who this was then, so I'll tell you who this was. This was the smoking. It was the smoking man.
See, I didn't recognise him with that fag in his mouth.
Yeah, and he's only on screen for like less than 5 seconds. So if you missed it, you missed it.
Yeah. I assumed it was Deep Throat, to be honest, because we've already had a Deep Throat scene, haven't we? Just before the big showdown, Mulder meets Deep Throat, who tells him a little bit more. Yeah, gives him a bit of exposition, and basically introduces this episode slightly into the myth arc. So I just thought it was Deep Throat, to be honest.
Yeah, but I don't think that it's meant to be the cigarette man, the character. I think it's just meant to be some random CIA dude, and I think they just used the same actor as William. This is before he became a proper character. So in the first episode, he's just a random suit, and I think they've done the same here. But it's nice how it works backwards and like fits in. Really.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say that it's not him canonically, because apart from not smoking, which he probably wouldn't be doing when he's in the middle of that situation.
Well, I don't know. I've seen him smoke in some fucking mad situations. I think there's a scene of it in one of the later series. Like he takes a drag of his fag as this helicopter fires a missile at him, like right towards the very end of the show.
It's like Julian from Trailer Park Boys that always has a glass of like rum and coke in his hand. But they crash a car and he gets out.
I know. I was just about to say that.
Still got the rum and coke.
That's going to be one of the funniest side gags I've ever seen. I was crying with laughter at that.
It is. The funniest thing about it is that it's never mentioned. It's never spoken of. It's just an excellent running gag. Yeah, it's great.
Fucking love Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
so the episode ends with a slow zoom into a train station locker where it's implied that Barnett stored all of Ridley's research, and one day it will be discovered, and this will either wreak havoc or change the world. Yeah. What did you think of this one?
Really good episode. Above average for X-Files, better than most TV shows. That's the thing, oh god, I'm going to repeat myself again. Like, X-Files is in a different league for me. Even the bad episodes or worse episodes are better than most other TV, even just because it's X-Files. So really, really good episode. Really good acting from everyone involved. I loved the shady government side coming back into it. That is like one of my favourite aspects of the whole show. I loved a bit of Mulder backstory, a bit of Mulder character building, and fucking just great episode.
Yeah, I agree. I love this. I was kind of disappointed by Lazarus, and this one really brought me back up. I thought, this was fucking quality.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know whether it's the way I watch them, because I kind of watch them 2 at a time, really, back to back, and I think I might have enjoyed Lazarus a little bit more, but now we're talking about it and I'm thinking a bit more about it, maybe, I'll leave the ratings till the end of the season. But,
yeah. Have you got any trivia for us this week?
Play the fucking jingle. The footage of the young girl with progeria was filmed after the production crew contacted the Progeria Society and were put in touch with the family of Courtney, who was a young girl with the disease. She and her family were fans of the series and were flown from their San Diego home to Vancouver to shoot the scene. Yeah, that's quite interesting, cool. Isn't it? Yeah.
I didn't know that was a real condition. I thought that was made up for the show.
Have you not seen images of people who have this?
Possibly in the past, but...
You will have done. I remember... I don't want to go into it too much. I don't want to be disrespectful to those people. Yeah. But, I have seen on TV shows and stuff people with this condition. Right. Very sad, very sad.
Yeah.
So that must have been nice for the family. The CIA man in the background of the final scene is William B. Davis, cigarette smoking man, making his second appearance on the show. Like his first, there appears to be no dialogue. So you can tell by that I do not read this trivia before I read it out to you. I want it to be a surprise to me as well. Gillian Anderson was already pregnant in these episodes, although she did not show it yet. Who the fuck wrote that? Like, which episode? Robin Mosley, who appears as Dr. Joe Ridley, would go on to appear in further episodes of The X-Files, playing Dr. Vance Randolph in Our Town, 1995, Season 2, and Dr. Kingsley Looker in Terma, 1996, Season 4.
Oh, so that creepy dude will be back.
Yeah, he will. Good. I think he's a good actor as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I thought he played that role brilliantly.
Yeah. The episode bears several key similarities to the Babylon 5 episode Deathwalker. That aired around the same time, in which a war criminal long assumed to be dead returns with the discovery of serum that halts the aging process, but at a tremendous cost. Never watched Babylon 5. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Ooh, here's a nice one for you. This is an interesting one, actually. This was repeated on June the 17th, 1994, the night of the O.J. Simpson chase.
That is some trivia. That is some gold standard trivia, that.
Yeah, it's great. And here are the spoilers trivia. This is the first episode where Mulder actually kills someone. Who reads the trivia, the spoilers trivia, before they watch this show from 1993? And the final piece of trivia today is the first time that Scully is shot, although she wears a bulletproof vest. Again, if you are reading that trivia before you watch it, then you can fuck off. And that is the trivia of the week.
Thank you for that trivia, Paul. Do you have a spooky story?
No problemo. I do, Dan. I do, right? So, after watching this, I thought long and hard about what kind of story I would read out that relates to this episode. However, I did think about speaking about the progeria illness, but I thought I don't want to be in bad taste.
Yeah.
These people, it's not something to for us to... It's not entertainment, is it? It's not nice.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
I thought I would skip past that. And then also we talked about like real life cases of like possible resurrection last week, because in this story it's almost similar the way that a man presumed to be dead is alive. But so I thought I would read a true story, or supposedly true story, that my friend Steve, shout out to Steve, friend Steve, his cousin has told him that happened to him around about a month ago. So basically, after he started telling me the story and I started listening, and I said, don't tell me anymore, write it out for me and I'll put it on the pod. And I did say, do you reckon your cousin would tell us the story on the pod? And he said, no, he's too shy. And I don't know his cousin's name either, so I'm just going to call him Steve as well, just for the sake of it.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Number 2, Steve Clone. So this is directly quoted from this that he wrote out for me. We were on holiday doing a road trip across California as a family. We had gone from LA towards the Edwards Air Base in the Mojave Desert, where there is the famous aircraft graveyard, etc. Anyway, we were dying to stay a night in this little town, which was that small. There was literally only about 10 to 12 buildings each side of the only road through the town. We went to top up the fuel in the car first, and the guy who came out to serve us was almost inbred looking, as described, like like him from the Goonies. The guy from the Goonies, what's his name?
Sloth.
Sloth, yeah. It's a typo. It says slaw for some reason. Unless that's how he spells it. I don't know. There was a young man sitting on a step at the side of the gas station just staring at us. We felt a little uncomfortable because we had hired this brand new Ford Mustang and looked rather out of place here. After getting gas, we headed to the hotel, in which there was about 100 to 200 rooms. However, there were only 2 cars parked in the car park. It was old looking and had 1 person on reception. There were also 2 men in the car park who looked dodgy as fuck. So we decided to go to the McDonald's that was there for some lunch, as we were making a decision on what to do, as we had already drove a long way and the kids were tired and hungry. After we had our food, we went back to the car and looked across the road where the supermarket was, and there was an old as fuck woman, surely about 80 odd, pushing trolleys around the empty car park. Like, does she even work there because she didn't even have a uniform on? Crying laughing face. With this, we decided to get the fuck out. So we went back into the McDonald's to use the Wi-Fi so that we could book a hotel somewhere else. After finding one in a town further on, we left this town, and as we were leaving the town's limits, there was a makeshift wooden board about 4 to 6 feet in size at the side of the road, stuck in the sand, which in large black painted writing said, "Murder, John Doyle, not solved. This was quite eerie until we noticed about another 200 to 300 yards further down the road, there were another 2 signs which said the same, but with different people's names. Moving on definitely was the right decision indeed. So that's what I have in the message. But I remember him saying that there were like quite a few of these signs going up the road with different people's murdered names on, and he said that they thought they were probably going to get murdered in this small town in the Mojave Desert, which, legit, I think that could happen. And that is the story. True story, apparently, from local people who went to America. So there you go. What do you think of that one, Dan?
Yeah, it's quite atmospheric, yeah. I love stuff in the Mojave Desert. I fucking love the Mojave.
Have you seen the film Mojave?
With Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac, yeah.
I have, yeah. I thought it was great. And Garrett Hedlund.
Do you believe in that story, Dan?
I mean, yeah, there was nothing overtly supernatural about it. There was nothing supernatural about it anyway.
No, it wasn't meant to be supernatural. It was just a true life story. And I was waiting to use it in an episode like this when I couldn't really, or didn't want to really relate too much to certain aspects of the episode. So I thought I'd chuck it in there as it's not just me reading from the internet, it's from somebody who I know who knows that something. Yeah. I believe it. I can imagine there being lots of little fucked up towns and communities all around those dodgy parts of America where there isn't much but desert, shit like that. So yeah.
I mean, there's lots of like missing people. The absolute size and scope of America is just for people like us from this island nation that we're in. We just can't imagine how big America is.
Oh yeah. From like the little bit of conversation I had with him about it, it was like they were probably one bad decision away from being on the news as a family who've just vanished in the desert. And I even said to him, like, people who are interested in murdering people, especially tourists who are there without anybody else knowing that they're there, it would be pretty fucking easy to do. Just drive them off into the desert, into the middle of nowhere, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, you would never find them.
No. So I do believe that one. I want to believe, and I do believe.
Yeah, I'm with you. I believe that. Yeah. So thank you for that spooky story. That brings us to the end of the episode. I think we're both 2 thumbs up for this one.
Yeah. I say 4 because I've got 2 and you've got. We'll both put both of our thumbs up, and that makes 4.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time for our. We'll see you in 10 days' time for our Christmas episode, which will be EBE. It's a Myth Arc episode. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Really ready for this one. Yeah. I might watch it right now, and then again, and again. Yeah.
This is our second to last Myth Arc episode.
We are fastly heading towards the end of the first season as well. We are episode 17 next, so that only leaves 17, 18, 19. 8 episodes left, so yeah.
Yeah, the end is in sight. Of the season, we've got like another 8-9 seasons of this to do, so we're like very. I used ChatGPT to calculate when we'd be finished, and it said we're going to be finished in 2030.
Fuck off! No way, that's mental.
At the current rate of release.
Quickly.
Yeah, we're doing
the current rate of release. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're doing it every 10 days, so we'll be finished in 2030.
That's great news for any listeners, because if you find like a ongoing podcast. And if they give you the news that they're going to be going on to another 5 years, 4.5 years, I'd be fucking well excited. So yeah. You're all welcome, everyone.
And this is all free on the Patreon, so feel free to give us a bit of a donation if you listen to this and you enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll help us buy coffee for our little get-togethers.
Help us keep the lights on here at Dark Talk offices.
It'll give me a bit more cash to buy some smack.
And on that note, we'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night.
Goodbye.